Thanks so much for joining me today on Playing the Field. I'm Maria Serrao. We are in the studio and so much to get to on today's show. First up, we need to talk about the Rams and the latest comings and goings. And who's going? Head coach Jeff Fisher was fired this week. There's a lot going on, but the bottom line is wins and losses in football. And after 5 years, the Rams are going to go in a new direction. Now, there's a lot of names swirling around out there, including John Gruden, Jim Harbaugh, Pete Carroll. Guess what? These guys all have jobs, but anything can happen in football, so we'll keep you posted. For now, special teams coach John Fossil is going to be the interim coach, and that's good news. Here's what he had to say after his first full practice yesterday. And more good news for the Rams is that Eric Dickerson will be back on the sideline. Now, he belongs on the sideline, and that whole mess was not just Jeff Fisher's fault, and Eric knows it. So we move on to a new day with the Rams. And as for the players, well, they're desperately trying to win games. And one player in particular who's spending his off time spreading a positive message is Jamon Brown. Here's my one-on-one with Jamon Brown. Thanks so much, Jamon, and you can get involved in his charity by going to perpme.com. Okay, now we have big news in baseball. That's right, the Dodger GMs have done the right thing, and they are paying Kenley Jansen and Justin Turner and Rich Hill as well to stay in Dodger blue. Now, many of you know how I feel about Justin Turner. He's not just another third baseman. He's the heart and soul of that team, and he's the leader in the locker room. And I commend the Dodgers, yes I do, for putting some value in that. This team was just 2 games away from the World Series last year, and now the best closer in baseball signed in Kenley Jansen. Things look good in Dodgerland. And our Angels are making deals too. They've brought in Cameron Maybin and Danny Espinosa. Now, we know they need help at pitching, and the GM Billy Epler is addressing that issue. Remember, the Angels will have a healthy Tyler Skaggs and Garrett Richards on the mound, along with this year's MVP, of course, Mike Trout, and all-star veteran Albert Pujols. Now, this is a good team that needs to add some pieces, so we'll keep you posted. Now, as you guys know, one of my favorite people in the whole world is former Angel Torrey Hunter. And so whenever Torrey says he's involved in raising money for any charity, I'm there. And I'm not the only one. Let's take a look. And it looks like Torrey Hunter will be working with the Minnesota Twins in the front office along with his pals Michael Kadire and LaTroy Hawkins. And next season is right around the corner. Can you believe that pitchers and catchers will report in 60 days? Oh my gosh, it's going to be here before we know it. Now, we all know the Cubs are still celebrating their amazing World Series. Well, I caught up with one former Dodger, that's right, Cub David Ross, who talked about playing for the Cubs and being back in LA. And David Ross is one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, so you can't help but feel good about the Cubs winning when there's a David Ross on their team. All right, moving on to basketball. Now, we're going to start with the Lakers, who are struggling a little bit, okay? They're young, and they're learning Luke's system. Now, it's no excuse. It's just a reality. Luke likes getting a lot of players involved, which is good because there's been a lot of injuries. Now, I still think this is a good team that could sneak into the 8th seed. Here are some thoughts from head coach Luke Walton. And now moving on to the Clippers. Now, this is a team that's up and down, but mostly up. They came out playing like they were out of their minds, and they hit kind of a wall, okay? But it's all about defense. Defense, especially transition D. So just keep playing, guys. This team is the very best Clipper team I've ever seen, and they're still top 4 in the NBA as far as I'm concerned. It's Spurs, Cavs, all right, Warriors, Clippers. Now, if this team stays together, seriously, look out. Here's more from Doc Rivers and the players. And one more NFL story to update you on, and that is the possibility that the Chargers are coming to LA. Now, after Measure C was voted down in San Diego, Owner Dean Spanos has to make a decision, and he will announce whatever that is in January. Now, we have a tremendous amount of Raider fans here in Los Angeles, and you guys ask me every day about the Raiders coming back. It's still a possibility. Vegas is a possibility. And Ronnie Lott is trying really hard to keep them in Oakland. So we're going to know a lot more next month, so stay tuned. Now, this year was the 100th running of the Indianapolis 500, and I was there for all the sights and sounds. It was amazing. So for all you race fans out there that need a little speed in the off season, here you go. That was so much fun. I'm not going to lie, one of the best experiences I've ever had. And I'm counting the days down until the IndyCar season starts all over again. And that will do it for today's show. Thanks for joining us here in the studio. Happy New Year, and we'll see you in 2017.
All right.
All right.